No.
Oh.
Oh.
Woohoo!
Yay!
Hey.
Still no Hades sound.
Everyone still no. Do you have it's set up where your microphone is separate from ours? Do you need to like unmute just the microphone section?
Hmm. I was gonna say, is it doing the thing where it only sends your microphone audio to one source?
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Now you should be unmuted. How about now? Can everybody hear me now?
We're getting you.
Yes.
That work? Yep.
Loud and clear.
We are
Hell
good.
yeah.
Yay!
Hooray!
Woohoo! Third time's the charm.
Yes,
Let's go.
third time's a charm. Hello, welcome in. This is Hades from Saves vs. Death, running his first show, so please bear with me. And we are a tabletop actual play community, and joining me today, we have guest stars. So, and first, we have our keeper of the night, Frodo Baggypants. He's going to be running Cthulhu, and should be a lot of fun. And we have Potato as Mad Maddie, and from over at High Shelf Collective. Would you like to take a moment and talk about that?
Yeah. I am Taylor at Potato. Yeah, you can find me mostly over on High Shelf Collective. We are another group of just a bunch of big old nerds playing all these tabletop games and such. We Cyberpunk is where we got started, and now it goes absolutely wild all over the place. So that's mostly my home.
Awesome.
And we kicked y'all's butt in the Cyberpunk roller derby.
It's true. True.
Reigning champs, we gotta have a rematch.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully sometime soon. Maybe that would be fun to set up here soon. We also have Pengy here with us from her own streaming and channel, and as playing as Adelaide. Would you like to talk about your stuff, Pengy?
Yeah, I only roleplay in my free time. I'm a nerd on the internet as well, but I mainly stream and talk about mental health. You can actually catch me tomorrow streaming with Lethal Company, ideally. And yeah, I do LGBTQIA plus and neuro affirming health Thursday streams, thoughtful Thursday streams.
That's awesome. I have watched them before. You do great work. Thank you.
Well, thank you. I try.
And it's me, Hades. You can catch me on Saturday nights over at our Shades of Scarlet campaign. We've been doing it for a while now. It's a lot of fun. We have a good time. And also, we are doing still running the last day of the charity drive, I believe. We wanted to put this one shot together for that, and we were unable to do that last week, so we're doing it this week. And it's for Extra Life, which is a great program that we for children's network hospitals. I have 1-year-old notes up, so that is not helping me at all. Yeah. So if you are willing or able to donate, that would be awesome. We are $90 away from our new goal of 1,000 because we already reached our $500 goal and our $750 goal, and now we're at 1,000. So if you're able to help us out, or that's a really good charity to support, and I even have personally had to go to children's for a few of my kids. So yeah, great charity, great cause. And with that, I would like to pass it off to Frodo, and I think we'll get started here if anybody has anything else. If nobody has anything else.
Right before we finish, I did just want to give a huge shout out. I did kind of, because we were trying to coordinate this, pass this information on to my community, and they did a lot of legwork. So I just wanted to give a huge shout out to everyone's communities who kind of came together and gave a smaller platform a chance to do something super, super good and make a really, really good impact. So I just kind of wanted to give a shout out, not just to all of us lovelies being able to coordinate, but also to all of our communities, because without our communities, we wouldn't be doing this.
Great. Awesome. Yeah.
Yes, huge thank you to everyone who's been already donating and contributing to Extra Life. I was talking with Hades before everything, and I was like, cool, I'm willing to donate my hair at an upper end manageable goal. And he goes, yeah, we'll set that at 500. And then I was like, cool. And for an best year ever, I'll completely shave my head, and you guys, you guys absolutely killed it.
Yeah, all of you guys did. It was awesome.
So, yep, I donated just under 2 feet of hair to Wigs for Kids earlier this afternoon. So,
thank you, Frodo. That's way cool.
So, yeah, that's been a fun experience. So, without further ado, if no one else has anything to do, we'll get started. Year is 1959, during the height of the Colorado Gold Rush. Little lesser known gold rush took place about a decade after. Was basically anyone who went out west mining for the 1849. For the California Gold Rush, made it to Colorado, went, well, there's gold here. Why are we going all the way out there? So we take place just at the west end of the Rocky Mountains. A notorious leader of a criminal group who goes by the name of Sam. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank on my notes here. Superstitious Sam had been running an illegal mining organization, as well as doing everything from cattle rustling to stealing from local banks. And now that he's been captured, the one that really sparks your guys' interest is that there is a mine that is potentially completely abandoned. All the equipment and everything. Most of the time, you don't really lend credence to these kinds of rumors, except that when he was picked up, he was loaded down with pockets full of gold ore. So your guys' group of small townsfolk have all kind of banded together, and you are one team that has decided to set out to try and find this mine. Good old Sam is being held in the local jail, so you can go and interview him. But how you guys proceed is entirely up to you.
All right.
Well, obviously, we need to interview him.
Well, I reckon we should talk to him a little bit.
And like to talk to him, it means we have to like go into the jailhouse. We can't like break him out and maybe ask him questions and throw him back in.
Now there's an idea.
Now, why on earth would we want to break him out?
Because I don't want to go inside that place. There's like a 50% chance that maybe a very poorly drawn image of me could be there. So, I don't want to give him too much of a side by side.
Right.
Why don't I go in, since apparently I'm the only upstanding citizen between all of us? I'll go talk to him.
Well, hey, now, I don't know. I don't think there is a bounty on my head. I've never seen a poster.
I mean, you were kicked out of that one bar.
That was a misunderstanding. Obviously.
I mean, you did say that the farmer's dog couldn't look up. I'm just saying.
Fine.
I'll go talk to him. And besides, I can speak to these people. Why don't you guys go get equipment or
We could
do what
probably
you guys are good at best.
rustle up some chow, maybe, and get some.
Yeah, I mean, we could just throwing this out here. I mean, the general store is right next to the saloon, which also has food and also has a lot of people that could be talking about going and doing things. So, I mean, we could get supplies and a drink and information and a drink.
There's a reason why I liked you, Maddie. Smart thinker.
Sounds good to me. John, you want to go get a drink and I don't know what kind of supplies we need to go into a mine. The supplies would be there, right? Like we ain't gonna have to.
Well, he did come back
buy rope.
He did come back loaded up, so I mean, he probably left his stuff back there. I mean, there's at least that much stuff there.
And but are we really gonna trust someone else's gear?
I mean, I got some stuff on my horse. I mean, I got a pickaxe. I got a few of the stuff we need for mining.
I definitely do too, because I definitely remembered to gear out my character sheet. Then I said, yeah. How about you talk? You see what? Maybe he'll be in like a real chatty mood, and will tell you everything we need to know, and then we can make a shopping list. And until then, we can see if there's any other scoundrels trying to make their way out there and need to intervene or more information.
If any of you are really good at spinning yarns, as I know you guys are, especially when you're 3 sheets to that wind, why don't you make it so they don't go that way? So we don't really have competition. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, I like it. So we say, there's just like a big old hole east, not west. Mm-hmm. So then they'll be like, oh, it's the east side of town, and we make a big deal about it.
Yeah. And then I will get the actual information. You get what you guys can, drink a little, schmooze a little, and send everyone packing the wrong way.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm with you two. You guys are good thinkers. I
I
always
mean,
said I wasn't very bright, so
I mean, I went to med school for a reason.
yeah.
I'm
With
just
that,
born with it, I guess.
I'm going
Start
to
walking off
head.
towards soon.
Yeah, I'm gonna head directly into the jail.
Now, as you walk into the jail, you see dirt, ratty clothed, dusty old, superstitious Sam looks up. Well, howdy. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking to today?
Well, howdy, sir. My name's Adelaide.
And supposing you're wanting to talk to me about all them myths and rumors going around.
A little bit, but actually, I'm just more concerned about what got you so shaken up, darling. I've never seen a strong man such as yourself shaking in your boots so aggressively, but also have bring back so much. So I kind of just want to jaw with you if you don't mind.
Your flattery is not lost on deaf ears. But I know you're looking for that mine.
I mean, everyone 2 ways to Sunday is looking for that mine, sweetheart. I'm just hoping that maybe I can be persuasive enough for you to give me a little bit of a head start.
Well, sure enough, they're definitely golden there. But that's not all. There's so
No,
much more than golden there.
she's gonna pull up a chair at this point, and she's going to not sit with her knees completely like ladylike. She's gonna be a little bit uh more like
Forthcoming.
one of the boys. Uh and kind of get where his eye level is so that she can kind of read his mannerisms with psychoanalysis
Go right ahead.
or psychology. Remind me how I'm supposed to roll for
So,
viewers who haven't played Call of Cthulhu before.
okay, so Call of
Cough.
Cthulhu is a D100 based system. And unlike in D&D and most other tabletop role-playing games, when you roll, you want to roll low. You want to try and be lower than your skill level. Anything lower than your skill is a pass. Anything lower than half is a hard pass. And anything less than a fifth is an extreme success. And would be more or less the equivalent of rolling a nat 20.
Okay. All right. So just for go ahead.
So like the base for psychoanalysis, if you're untrained, is 1%. So you would have to it's a 1 in 100 shot of getting it if you do not have points in that skill. So you can use skills even if you are not currently trained in them.
And we don't want to use psychology. We definitely want to use psychoanalysis.
I'm going to say that psychoanalysis is going to be you trying to gain information. Psychology would be like, I would say, almost closer to a persuasion tactic. Psychoanalysis is just what you can get from the situation at the time.
All right, fine. Ooh, I'm gonna throw my dice on the floor twice.
As one does.
There it is. Good. I got a 10.
Okay, and what is your skill?
So looking at it in the regular column,
Okay.
it says 16.
Okay. So if you have 16%, then that is a pass.
Yay.
Half of that would be 8, so it's not quite a hard. You can tell that he isn't just trying to deter you from getting into the mine because he doesn't want anyone in there. He is actually afraid of whatever is in there.
Okay. I'm gonna lean closer so that it's almost like we're whispering to each other versus like having a loud or normal conversation. And if I can, I'm gonna try to make eye contact with him and go, so what else is down there?
Well, I know I don't get the name Superstitious Sam for no reason, but it ain't human, and it ain't no creature that I ever seen. It's not of this world.
And do you did you see this creature?
No, but there's signs. There's signs that are real and as true as the Bible itself.
Mm. Usually a man won't go off the base of the Bible unless they're for certain. But you didn't see anything. What signs are there?
The mountain sounds as though it's telling us every secret in the book.
In the Bible?
Just every secret that a mountain can tell.
And that's it?
Tell you what, I can tell I'm not going to deter you with my beliefs or my superstitions. But I ain't going to lead you straight to it. Y'all can find my cabin to the west. If you're going to go looking for it, there should be plenty there to help lead you along. But I can't go into the next life with a weighing on my conscience that y'all went under and never came out because of what I told you.
My dear sir, your conscience is clear. I want to take from my pocket a small vial of laudanum.
Okay.
And basically secret hand to him the vial.
And he actually, is there like a sleight of hand equivalent here? Yes, there is. There is a sleight of hand. Just because this is the jail and the sheriff is probably sitting right there.
Sleight of hand, there it is. $48 out of 10.
So the sheriff catches your eye. He knows that everyone's talking and is trying to bribe Sam. So he just like makes eye contact with you and just shakes his head like, nope, don't try it.
With that, I'm going to stand up. Excuse me, sir. I am a doctor, and this man has clearly had a break in his psychology. Not only that, he is damn near shaking in his boots. I, as a medical professional, am trying to give him something not only to calm his nerves, but also to keep him in line for you. So if you don't mind, I would like to treat my patient. And she's going to try to, however tall he is, stand up to him.
And
Square
he stands
up against him.
What is your character's size?
I'm little. I don't know.
Okay.
Average woman.
Okay. So he stands up.
I'm a 20. I don't know what that means.
All right. So he stands up and he looks down towards you and goes, "Now you see here, he's being pretty darn calm. I don't think he needs any of that fancy chemical mumbo jumbo to keep doing what he's doing sitting behind bars."
I'm sorry. Tell me what degree you just pulled out of your ass.
And he points to the star on his chest and goes, "I don't know, but I'm the sheriff of this here town, and I think it's time for you to leave."
Well, see if I help you dress your wounds. She's gonna put the laudanum bottle if there's like a shelf on the like between the bars. She's just gonna set it there and huffily walk out with her nose in the air.
And whether that makes it to old Sam or not, we'll never know. All right, so where is the rest of the crew? You went down to the saloon, but I'm not sure if that was as much of a fact-finding mission as much as it was a
Pleasure and work, I assume. Because I think I want to, like listen, keep my ear to everybody's conversation, see if anyone else is talking about this and seem like they know any sort of information. And if people do, then we'll probably go with Adeline's plan and loudly tell them to go a different direction.
Sounds good. Go ahead and give me a listen roll.
I'm sure that's a skill I have. Oh, wait.
It's a base 20, so it's also...
Oh, perfect.
If you're not trained at it, it's not a bad one to...
Oh, I got a little bit. I got a 35. Not a ton, but let's roll my Witcher dice. They're good luck.
Toss a coin.
Literally, I have a 35. I rolled a 31.
That's still a success.
Nice.
Okay.
So,
Good job.
general consensus is that no one really knows where the mine is. You hear it. Oh, there's an old cabin out to the north that still had ashes and coals in it. Out to the west, there's wagon trails, and out to the east in the forest, there's like apparently an old trapper that lives out there that hasn't been identified and could have potentially been Sam. So there's kind of signs of life in all three directions. All three of the four. South would just take you probably just further into the desert.
I'll grab a couple of drinks after kind of listening in and walk over to John, slide one across the table. I don't think these people know shit, so I think we're in the clear. We'll see.
Yeah, I didn't hear nothing no great either.
I mean, guess that's easy enough.
Yeah, I hope maybe Adelaide got some information. I mean, I don't know if I would talk or not if I was in a jail cell.
Yeah, I mean, no, I wouldn't either. But I don't know, different strokes for different folks, I guess. But I guess if, got information, we can just hurry along before anyone else figures it out. I don't want to start too much of a fuss, people thinking they're onto something, because then they'll start digging a little more, I think.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I agree. I'm going to see if Is anybody paying attention to us?
To your group specifically, probably not.
Okay.
I'd imagine this being like a reasonably sized settlement to where everyone knows everybody, but not like if you work in a store, you have your regulars and you can recognize faces every day,
Gotcha.
but you don't necessarily know everybody by name.
All right. So, me and my brother, we've been, our minds doesn't have nothing in it, finding very little. So I'm really looking forward to finding actually striking rich here.
Lordy, honestly, same. I mean, there is only so much gold out there, and it's all locked behind freaking bars these days. But get us a nice little paycheck. Hell, we might be able to move somewhere where there's more entertainment than this place.
Yeah.
You come by mining naturally? Was that your
Yeah, we
profession?
we had a stake. Me and my brother had a stake out here, a little further north than where we are.
It's not too bad a place.
Yeah, I woke up and he was gone. It was just a weird note said, "Hey, I'm taking off, heading south."
Oh shit! I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I
So
guess I hadn't really realized.
yeah, trying to find him, but I mean, he can make his own decisions. Hopefully, I'll find him one of these days. But having that gold would really help me, where I didn't have to worry about much else.
And there's one thing I've learned: once you get your hands on some gold, all sorts of people come out of the woodworks you thought were gone. So maybe you'll come back.
Well, that's true. Word gets around.
Unfortunately, I'll just keep on drinking until the doctor gets back to us.
Now that is one swell idea.
Waves for another one.
Yep.
After I leave the jail, I would be heading straight to them, by the way.
Sounds good. So the party all reunites in the saloon, and as you guys are kind of wrapping up, the bartender, saloon keep, whatever you would call him, goes, y'all been drinking quite a bit. You got any plans to pay for this?
I mean, if we got, I suppose.
What's our tab sitting at right now?
I would say make a credit check. Whoever.
I would say you look pretty today. I don't know what that means.
There's a credit
check.
rating under skills.
Dang, I rolled so low. I rolled a 15, but my thing's a 10.
Hmm.
I don't want to talk about it.
Well, if it helps, I rolled a 97.
I rolled a 76.
Okay. Bartender looks at y'all and goes, "We'll leave your tab open. But you guys
That's what
only
I
got a
hear.
couple days to close it."
Yeah, same old song and dance. Won't get covered.
Is it our town? Is this our town? Then this probably
Yes.
isn't the first time this has happened.
Which is probably why he knew to ask.
Well, You learn anything for us, Doc, so we can settle our tab?
Our beautiful canary decided to say that his cabin's actually out west versus the north.
All right. Good. Say the keys under the welcome mat. We can just make our way in, I assume.
Yes, ma'am.
What time of day is it right now?
It's high noon. No,
Oh.
it's probably a pretty early afternoon.
Nice morning drinking.
What else is
What
there
else
to
you
do in
gonna
this
do?
small town?
I mean, I've probably got patience and stuff.
Yeah.
They know where to find me.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, for what I know, people usually call on the doc when they need it. I don't know. Do they do checkups back then?
Kind of started it. It all depends on how conservative this town is.
Well, it's 1859, so
Yeah.
so what's conservative?
By conservative, I mean dutiful Christians. No, not what I'm wearing. I'm a Jezebel.
Well, considering that the wildest outlaw still has respect for the Bible and views it as true, I'm gonna say that it's probably pretty standard for the times.
So they'll come get me when they need me.
All right. Well,
Then I would say
think we
that the
need
town
to-
doesn't have a whole lot going on. So most of what you're dealing with is probably not like
Birds and deaths, signing certificates.
exactly.
Is this like a small prospecting town basically?
Yes.
Sure enough.
Or supply hub basically?
Yes. I'm trying to think of like what a good like comparison would be that most people would know. Okay, assuming that most people have seen at least one or two Old West movies, think like Ridgeway, which is the town where True Grit was filmed.
All right. I get you. I
If
mean,
you've seen, what about Feifel Goes West? How about that? Is that
That's
roughly?
probably a better comparison. Yeah, probably like picturesque, kind of a not quite as deserty as Fievel Goes West. Like I said, there's still like forests to the east.
okay, gotcha. Well, what season is it? Nice out.
Yeah, it's pretty fair weathered. I would say probably mid-spring. Not so cold as to be, well, not so early in spring as to be freezing over winter. Well, freezing overnight. Not so hot to be like scorching during the day.
Do we all have horses?
I'd imagine that everyone probably has either a horse or the skill needed to ride one.
Yeah, I would think. I would
I
hope
did
so.
put points in ride.
Nice.
Just in case.
Yeah, so I would say that at least one of you probably does, and it's strong and spry enough that you would be able to get all three of you on there if need be.
Okay.
All right.
Got a little wagon.
Probably not a wagon.
I was thinking that I had a mule carried my stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'd allow that. Like 1 horse, 1 mule.
Yeah.
Enough that transportation is probably not a huge issue.
All right. Well, I'll go get Bessie and let's head out then.
Yeah, that works for me.
Yep.
Better racking up a tab we can't pay for. Yet,
That we're
yell
good
bartender.
for.
I guess
All
we
right.
need anything from town. I think we're just good to go. Yeah,
Yeah.
take
Yeah.
whatever we need from his house.
And you guys head out towards the cabin.
Yep.
Yeah, I doubt he's going to need it.
He will when he gets out. Right now, has a little bit of a break of sorts.
I thought they caught him for rustling.
He's staying in there because he wants to.
Oh.
I will say that all the posters have said wanted alive, but with a significant bounty.
Oh, all right.
Probably would have been wrestling, claim jumping. Nothing like he ain't murdered no one that they can confirm.
All right.
Nah, something's got him spooked. If he wanted out, he'd have been out by now. That's just my 2 cents, though.
All right.
And he would have had the associates to do it.
And he would have had the associates to do it, God said.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. So you guys managed to find your way to the cabin. It's not exactly hard to find. It's one of those things where kind of like Al Capone, everyone kind of knew where to find him. So his cabin isn't in a secret location, but with everyone out searching for the mine itself, no one has really stopped to try and search his cabin. So you guys pull up and there is nary a soul to be found.
Howdy.
And you're greeted by silence.
I think we're alone.
That's a good sign.
Best way to think.
I guess, I mean, I don't know. If he's so spooked, he ain't getting himself out of jail. Might better keep our eyes peeled for anything fishy, inside or out. Maybe somebody's after him for whatever or something.
Well, he's probably pissed off something.
Yeah. Because I can tell you, anyone who would want him that he's hiding from in there is probably not good. So keep an eye out, I suppose. I'll just kick off my horse. I think it's like a really pretty paint horse. We're gonna name her Ethel.
I follow suit after Maddie. I'm gonna say I have because I totally know what horses are called. A Appaloosa, because that sounds like a type of horse. And just to be funny, his name is Doc.
Appaloosa is in fact a horse breed.
Yay!
Oh, they are very pretty.
Hooray! I have no idea what they look like.
They are speckled.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
All right, Bessie, you stay out here.
I'm gonna make the perimeter first before trying to go up on any doors and just see if there's anything of interest, but any sign that someone may have been tampering around somewhere, or he might be hiding something somewhere. Storm cellar that's a little out of place.
Sounds good.
While she does that, I will kind of be doing the same thing, but more closely to the like door and mat and like front porch of the cabin and stuff. But I won't do anything until I get a clear.
Okay, so going out around the perimeter, Maddie doesn't see anything out of the ordinary. A couple sets of rabbit tracks every once in a while. Nothing that really strikes you as out of the ordinary. He has like a root cellar, but when you look inside of it, it's just a bunch of old produce that he was clearly storing for food. So, up closer to the house, you see that he has drawn a ring of salt around his house.
We'll kind of come back around, look at the other two. There ain't nothing of interest back there. Old potatoes and rabbits.
How far away is the salt ring from the house? Or can it be seen from the front is basically what I'm
going to say that is an enclosed ring, probably about 2 feet from any given wall of the house.
Okay.
So just like a circle on the porch.
Completely encircling the house.
Encircling the house. Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
Do we know that it's salt, or
you would probably recognize it as a white grainy powder, pretty easily identifiable as salt.
I've got like a little bit of occult knowledge because your girl's breaking out of the bank robbing game and going after bigger things. Could I attempt to maybe figure out if there's anything particularly sticking out with this for me? In character, out of character, I kind of get it.
Okay, so you said you have some occult knowledge?
Yeah. Not much, but I got some.
Go ahead and make a roll.
Like I said, she's just now breaking out into it. She found like one weird idol one time and tried to hawk it. Now that's 78. That is much more.
I would say that even though that's a fail, you can identify that it is an occult thing.
Mm-hmm.
And with a name like Superstitious Sam, you kind of get the notion that he may in fact be superstitious.
Who would have guessed Superstitious Sam was actually superstitious?
You know, honestly, I wasn't gonna just like assume. Like, people call me Mad Maddie. I don't think I'm too mad. I'm pretty even tempered and
yeah, I never really seen that.
Pretty even tempered.
Yeah.
I don't think they're referring to your temper, honey. I say to the wind.
What?
That makes a bit more sense.
That's it. Stop eating the salt, whatever that is.
It's like a giant salt lick.
It is a giant salt lick. Well, if this is salt, this is expansive. Like, what type of hermit is going to be spending this kind of ration to draw a shape around his edifice?
I'm just saying, I don't think he's hurting for money. I mean, typically he's always got money.
Yeah, he got it all holed away and probably lots of holes in this country, honestly. But I think whatever made him superstitious, he's trying to keep that out. Or in, but most likely out.
I do have to ask, since you're breaking you've been learning yourself a little bit there, Maddie. But correct me if I'm wrong, but are there any stories, any folk tales you've been hearing, maybe from the First Nations, that have been talking about the mountain whispering, or the mountain talking about knowledge is unknown?
I mean, my grandma had all sorts of stories about things talking, but I think that might be where I got my mad from. But also, I'm sure a lot of it had to go with our raising. Can I think of any particular folktale that would be important in this time?
So, the one that jumps to your mind would be a cryptid known as the Slide Rock Bolter. It's a
rock bolter.
Yeah,
it is a giant worm kind of creature that would hang on the top of mountains.
Oh, yeah.
And then would cause landslides to eliminate tourists, generally.
I love him.
But that's the only thing you can think of that would be like mountain
local,
sized.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's this one explains the tale. I don't think a ring of salt necessarily is gonna stop him from, crushing colonizers or nothing, but
I mean,
who knows?
What about you, John? Have you heard anything? I mean, it sounded like kids' tales when he was talking, but I mean, we can always finish this conversation on the inside, but I figured before we encroach, we'd figure out if there was anything that he might have set up for.
Yeah, I can check, see if I had any stories.
So what jumps to your mind, depending on how you roll?
Yeah. Would that be based off of history?
I would say history, knowledge occult, they're both the same base stat.
I do have history, so.
Do you have mining or prospecting as a stat on your sheet?
I used a regular sheet.
Okay.
We could convert, so.
Yeah. Maybe a natural world skill?
I was going to say, I got natural world on mine.
I do have natural world on this one, yeah.
Do you have points in natural world?
No.
Okay. Yeah, we'll just call it natural world, or I can just be like, oh, wait, you're a prospector, so this would be common knowledge to you. So the thing that jumps to your mind is Tommy knockers, which are another Old West cryptid that would allegedly knock on the support beams of old mines and warn miners of incoming collapse.
Well, I heard, you always hear stories in my, around the campfire. These things called Tommy knockers or something. I don't know if you ever heard of them.
No, I'm a little bit more of a city girl than either of you two.
Yeah.
Which is funny because the only cryptid you could think about is the ape man or Sasquatch. Yeah, just all this talk about cryptids is what calls that to your mind.
I mean, the only one my daddy taught me was about the big hairy man, but he just told me to be careful of big hairy men. So I can't remember if it's all big hairy men I need to be careful of, or if it's just a particular one.
I'm gonna look down at my I'm gonna look down at my arms and stuff and be like, well, I don't think I'm that hairy.
Oh, don't worry, sugar. I don't find you intimidating.
Well, shall we go inside?
I mean, I
Yeah,
guess
why
no
not?
one's going to come to call.
Okay, and so walking up to the front door, you guys cross over the salt barrier.
I'm very careful to step over and not disturb it.
Okay.
I follow Maddie and almost like very exaggerated over it.
All right. And then you go up to the front door. Who is going to lead the entrance?
I can. I'll have
go first.
pistol.
Oh, okay.
Okay, go. No, this works better. You go in front, and I'll just be around with the pistol on the side.
That's good because I don't have a pistol.
Just put your fingers in
I'm
your ear if
ready
you
my
see
fist.
somebody.
I also pull out my pistol.
All right.
Came prepared.
Damn straight.
And how are you opening the door? Is it like a quick, like, huzzah? Or is it like a...
No, I'm going to do this as I get up to the door. Was that audible?
Yes. So yeah, as you knock out the well-known tune of "Shaving a Haircut," there is no answer.
And then I'd tap the answer a little further away just to mess with you. I'm like, doot doot.
I
There's
secretly
somebody here.
I secretly while clutching my non-existent pearls do the same thing.
So wait. We got "Shaving a Haircut" and then 2 cents, and then a couple seconds later, 2 cents.
100%.
It's a ghost.
Honestly, that is the best theory we've gotten so far. I believe that a lot more in Bigfoot, but I think we're in the clear.
Oh no, it
Just
was a
say
hairy
hello
man.
to the ghost
Nothing,
when you walk in.
nothing about the big feet.
Gotta hydrate.
Yeah, I saw that
I'm having
hydrate.
dehydrate, but I'll.
I did too, and I did hydrate.
Okay. Sorry.
Well,
Yeah,
go in. Everyone say hi to the ghost in case it is here, so we don't piss it off.
Okay. I'm gonna open the door slowly now if it turns.
And he didn't even have a doorknob.
Oh.
Like it was just like a standard, like a latch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And so just like, yeah, so just you pick up the latch and you slowly open the door. And it's just this one bedroom, almost said apartment, little 1-bedroom cabin. It's got a little wood stove off to one side, got a bed off in the corner, and in the corner, and a locked safe at the foot of the bed.
Oh.
Maddie's eyes get real big, focused in. I mean, if I was going to be hiding some sort of information or money or goods or it'd be
Anything.
there, right?
I don't.
I'm focusing on the fireplace. I completely ignored them.
I have a lot in locksmith specifically because I'm a robber.
Yeah, no.
That seemed best because there was no pickpocket, picklock. But I also have sleight of hand if that's better. So I'm like looking at it.
Going to examine all around the room because I do not have the ability to pick locks.
Okay. So we'll start from the outside and work in. So examining the room, you find a small tub of water with a bunch of like real fine sand from someone who had been panning out some gold sitting on his bed, panning into this tub. Pretty easy to spot stuff. Nothing really seems out of the ordinary. You find a couple of old gold pans, some pretty well seasoned with some nice like scratches on them to help catch the little fine stuff. Over at the wood stove, you find that it is neatly packed away. Like there's no dishes left undone. All of his food has been neatly discarded and everything is cleaned up and immaculate.
Man, this place is better done than mine.
Was the stove for me or still for him?
I believe you were examining the stove, Adelaide.
Okay. Yes. I just wanted to make sure I didn't want to like step
Overstep.
over. Yeah. So I'll let John finish there.
No, I was just looking around to see if there were any like anything hidden.
A diary underneath the pillow.
I would like to read the diary, at least skim it.
Can you do that?
Can I what?
Read.
Is that a skill?
What's the
No,
education level in which we need to know how to read?
I'm just.
I mean, I in fact can read. I took read.
Yes, actually, I can read extremely well.
Very book learned.
Yes.
He's actually a poet in his free time. Great writer too.
Actually am. Thank you.
Weren't you the one who said that you weren't a smart man?
No, Dad said I wasn't Pop said I wasn't a smart man.
Oh.
Proven wrong.
He always said my brother was the smart one. Jacob.
Isn't he the one who got the fence pole stuck up his...
No, that was my other brother who died.
Oh, okay. That was...
Yeah, it really wrecked him.
Oh.
Yeah, because of the fence pole?
Yeah, it was nasty. That was like one of my first cases here, too. Ugh.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is where the expression dumber than a mud fence post came from.
Fun fact.
Ooh.
All right. Do you read the diary?
Yes.
All right. So you're just like flipping through, skimming?
Yeah, probably would concentrate more on the back half or the last couple pages.
All right. So the last couple pages, he had drawn images almost like a reference, like one would do for like a I read books, like an index at the back of the book. And flipping through, you see like pictures of local wildlife, local fauna, flora. And then you get to something that you have never seen before. And it is kind of amorphous, it doesn't match your usual comprehension. And what is the worst part about it, it feels like it's staring at you through the image. Like you can look at it and tell that it is still a drawing. It is a two-dimensional thing on a piece of paper drawn in with charcoal. But it feels real, and it feels like it is staring back at you. So if you could do me a D3 of sanity damage.
Ooh.
A D3?
So a D6 halved.
Right.
Starting early, y'all. What's my sanity? Oh, good. I got decent sanity. My last character I played, I had like a sanity of like 15. It was not
Yikes.
good.
I rolled a 3.
I was out quick.
Sorry.
You rolled a 3? Did you roll a 3 or did you roll a 6 and half it?
No, I rolled a 3.
Okay, so you take 2 sanity damage.
Okay.
Also, as we're making more and more skill checks, I will also let you guys know I do like to implement the luck, well, being able to spend luck rolls. So if you want to buff your rolls, you can spend a point of luck, which is not recoverable. So say you have to roll a 25 to pass something and you rolled a 28, you could spend 3 luck to make that a pass.
Oh, all right. So if we really wanted something to succeed.
Correct. But if I ever needed you to, if you're like running through the woods and, oh no, you're about to step in a bear trap, make a luck roll, that roll becomes harder.
Mm-hmm.
The other rule, and this one's pretty standard in Call of Cthulhu, is the ability to push. If you fail a roll, you can tell me a way that you hide harder, try to pick the lock better. You can kind of try and explain that. And if you do, I have the ability to respond with K, but if you push it, such and such consequence becomes worse. And from there, you have that choice of, cool, I want to re-roll this.
Nice.
Just a couple of like Call of Cthulhu rules that I know are kind of house rules, but also pretty common.
I was going to say my old DM, that's what we did. I am looking at chat, and it looks like Patient Zero's asking if we have any redeems saved up yet. I haven't been looking at the charity, so I figured I would ask that before we continue.
I'm going to be totally honest. I don't remember what we said the redeems were going to be.
Something about rolling a 5 or 6.
Yes.
And apparently we have a new one for 20. I don't know what that means.
And I know it was in this. Okay. So $5 would be a DM hindrance to the players. $6 would be a help to the players. $10 would be a hint, and $15, I give you guys completely wrong information.
And then Games is saying that we have one new 20. And I'm not sure what that means.
Oh, we just got another. Okay.
2 hints.
Hooray!
All right. So.
Jezzy.
I think we got our goal.
Yes, we did. We have hit $1,002.
Thank you, Jezzy.
Oh, yeah.
Was that Jezzy? Yay, Jezzy! Thank you. Also, if you guys want to see Jesse Penguin plays with me on Saturdays, so that awesome sauce boss will be on mic tomorrow.
Awesome.
All right, and if Jezzy donated 72, I think Jezzy can get the call on what they want to do with that. With the keeper's discretion, of course.
Well, it looks like he was much of an artist here. I'm going to show everybody.
Do we see a wild look in his eye as he took sanity damage?
If I was gonna say, if you want to make a psychoanalysis and pass, you would see that he is just a little less sane than what he was before.
I would love to make that.
I don't think I can because I have a 1. Can I physically roll a 1?
You can physically
I guess,
roll a
I guess,
one.
yeah, I guess, I just have to double 0 and a 1. They didn't. 74.
I got an 8.
Is that a pass?
Yes, because it's 16. I passed by half.
Okay, so that is a hard pass, which is, believe it or not, a good thing. So with a hard pass, I will say that not only do you see that he is like firmly unsettled, you would know that the image, well, that whatever he's about to show you caused it.
Okay. Don't look at that. Close that book.
It really cool. It follows your eyes.
I am going to.
Oh, we shouldn't do that.
I'm gonna like
Fine.
slap the book out of his hand, or throat punch him, whatever makes him drop the book quicker.
Both.
Oh!
Yeah.
Ah!
Like the book is firmly on the floor gently, and then I'm gonna just like, don't do that.
You just gently take the book, set it down, and then just bah!
Yeah, exactly. No.
Okay.
But yeah, I
Oh,
want to like
yeah.
hit it out of his hand. I want to get that book closed and away from my compatriot.
Okay.
I do
So-
appreciate it.
Even though you, okay, so did you slap it down or did you gently take it?
If he is still holding it like this, between me saying, no, put that down, I will slap it. If he's going to close it, I will take it from him and like put it on the bed, making sure, or take it and making sure that it stays closed.
I didn't finish looking to see if there was a map.
Don't matter.
Okay, so how did you present the book?
Yeah.
Me?
Yes.
I was doing the whole kid thing.
Okay. So when you smack it down, it
Mhm.
lands open on the floor, and it seems to be open on a random page. But somehow the pages just like land there and then suddenly just flip to that creature.
As soon as pages are flipping on its own, Maddie has stepped as far away as possible. It was like, we didn't say hello. So sorry that we are in your house, Mr., Mrs., or somewhere in between. Ghost. Please don't curse us with a book. That's what you do, right? Like you're supposed to just talk to me, right?
Without looking at the book and keeping my eyes watching John, I want to like feel for it to close it. But I'm making very sure that I am not looking as I'm like trying to flip it.
Okay.
Even if that means I'm like on my knees looking up at him.
Okay, so you go to and you put your hand down
Mm-hmm.
and you ever so slightly touch it.
Ew.
And it doesn't feel like paper. It feels fleshy.
I was gonna say, do I need to roll like medicine or biology? Do I know what this material very much feels like?
Sure.
Which one do you want me to roll?
Player's choice.
Okay. Let's see. And we always want under, right?
Correct. So the higher the stat, the better it is.
All right. I'm gonna go with medicine then.
What?
I know, shock and awe on my side. I got a 37. That is almost by half.
Okay. Yes, it feels fleshy and cold,
Yucky.
like corpsey.
But not like cowhide corpsey. Like,
Not like leathery,
like,
corpsey.
like dead body.
Correct.
Am I able to close the book?
Yes.
Okay.
And yeah, so you close the book just fine, and it stays closed.
Okay. I'm still keeping my eyes on John. I keep pointing because he's right there on my screen, by the way. And I forgot you guys can see me pointing because usually I'm pointing and no one's there. But I'm keeping my eyes directly on him and kind of doing the quick analysis that I don't know if any of you guys have ever done rural medicine, but when someone falls off of something, you don't just go rush in to see what's wrong with them. You check to see if they're breathing, if they're bleeding, or if they're barfing. I'm kind of giving him one of those checks to see if there's like something going on, while I firmly keep my hand on the book to make sure it never opens, even though it is nicely staying closed and being very, very good at the moment. That is what I am doing, if that is okay.
Hey, I was reading that.
Oh, and did I have you make a sanity check for the cold, fleshy picture?
You didn't. I can totally do that.
Let's do a d6.
Oh, a d6, not d10s. I can do that. 30 seconds. Make sure I'm not using my cheaty die. Not that I have those at the ready or anything.
Sometimes you gotta sweeten the rolls.
I got a 1.
Okay. So you only take the 1 sanity damage.
Hooray.
And Jezzy, I haven't really had much for hints. For helps. Okay. I'm just going back and seeing what what the redeems were there for. Okay. Yeah, he seems totally fine. Like, he's upright, he's healthy. But as far as like sanity wise, he's just a little less there.
So like a kid getting kicked by a cow for the first time.
Or getting bucked off a horse. Just like, actually, that's probably a better comparison. Like a kid being afraid of the dark.
Okay. As I guess he is saying he was reading that, I'm gonna like slowly get up again, still very firmly keeping the book closed in my hand. No, you weren't. Not anymore.
That book was crazy.
It made you crazy.
I ain't crazy.
You were fitting to be madder than Maddie. And I don't know what connection it is. I don't know what it caused. But this book, I know well. And this ain't cowhide.
What is it?
Make a library use skill roll.
Me?
Yes.
I surprisingly have points in that.
Hey, so do I.
I don't. One trick pony.
I got a 37, which is just under.
Just under half, or just under your
Just
skill?
under, because it's a 45, so I'm just under half, or I'm just under, and I got a 37.
Feels like a book.
I
Bound in
mean,
leather.
it feels like any book that you find on church on Sunday. But I know this. I know what I felt, and I know what I saw. I've put plenty of our friends and family in the dirt.
Wait, I'm sorry. Are you saying that's not like cow leather, or are you saying like the picture felt like a human?
I'm saying that this ain't cow leather, and this is more of the hairy man variety that my daddy warned me about.
All right. It hasn't like talked to you yet, right? Like that's what the weird thing did to me. There's a statue, it winked and talked. It was very weird. It just feels weird.
I didn't hear no voices, John. You're the one who decided to get up close and personal with it. How you feeling? What you hearing?
What? Oh,
By God, he's gone deaf.
well, sorry, I was trying to read the book.
Don't do that.
All right. So as you guys are kind of discussing whether or not he should read the book, Maddie, I believe you were all about that safe.
Yeah, one in the safe.
Okay. Go ahead and make a roll for that.
Beautiful. I have a 70 in locksmith.
Ooh, dang.
And I got a 52.
Perfect. With a practiced hand, you put your ear up to the safe and you listen for all the little clicks. And it's like when you get your character level of lockpicking real high in Skyrim and it just clicks and opens.
I open it very slowly and don't immediately look in and just wait to see if I feel anything weird.
You don't feel nothing weird. And sitting inside the safe is a tin cup full of gold.
Ooh.
And underneath that is a map.
What's the likelihood I can pocket that gold and then show everybody the map? I also have a very high sleight of hand. Remember I said one trick pony? It's stealing shit. That's the one thing.
Would that be an opposed roll?
I'm going to say sleight of hand.
I'll pay a tab. I'm just keeping the change.
Yeah, make a sleight of hand. If it's a hard success, then we'll say that they had no chance of seeing. But if it's a regular success, then someone catches the glint of gold in their eye.
Well, I have 80 in sleight of hand, and I rolled exactly an 80.
All right.
I don't know what that means.
So that is a success. However, let's go ahead and have the other two rolls spot hidden.
Ooh, I have that one.
I am going to make a story decision, if that's okay, that I assume, by the way I'm positioned, I'm looking at John, so I don't actually see her do any of that.
That's fair.
That's a 36. I have a 45.
Okay. So you do spot it. but you're not sure what it is that you spot.
Just something sneaky.
Yeah, you see her like reach in, and I would say you see more the tin cup than you see the gold inside of it. So you see her grab something tin cup sized and pocket it.
All right.
We don't gotta look in that weird people book anymore. There's a map.
Oh, great.
Thank the Lord, baby. Thank the Lord, baby Jesus. Apparently, I turned Irish. I'm Irish now, guys. So you know.
It was the book. I don't need it anymore. All right.
Lord Jesus and Saints preserve us, Mary and Joseph.
All right. The map points you guys northward towards the mountains. Has a little thing on the back that mentions a well-marked, well, not a well-marked trail, a trail that you follow based off of markings on the tree, with a clear diagram showing what it would be. It says follow the aspen trees, or the eyes in the aspen trees. So if you guys are familiar with aspen trees, that the notches on them and the way that they grow, they have like the weird eye shape, but these ones are going to be carved in there.
Okay.
Basically, it's enough that if you were to be looking for it, you would see it, but if you weren't, it would look like a natural formation.
Oh, gotcha.
Well, seems like we just head on.
Yeah, I guess. Before we head out, though, I would like to check that stove again, because I don't know if you guys ever lived with someone other than a woman, but I've never seen a stove this clean.
Okay. Make a spot hidden check.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little out, I'd say.
Goodness. All right, I got a 46. My spot hidden's a 25. That is a nope.
Just a regular old wood burning stove.
I'm gonna open the stove and check if there's like any charcoal in it, like anything has ever been burnt in this stove before, or if it's brand spanking new.
Okay. There's clearly like some soot buildup on the top of the stove section.
Mm-hmm.
But anything that would have been loose ashes, charcoal, debris has been cleaned out.
Okay, I'm gonna run a finger across that soot and feel it to see if it has a grit to it, or if it has, because I know with like medications and stuff, when they were burnt or different types of tree barks were burnt, it would leave a residue. And if you need me to, I can use my science pharmaceuticals or pharmacology for that.
Go ahead.
Nice. I got a 4.
Fantastic.
And that was out of 76.
So, with that extreme success, I'm going to say that you would, I don't know if it's actually a recognizable thing, but for the sake of the story, it would be sage.
Sage. Actually, yeah, sage does have a residue to it, and it would have a very, very certain scent. Especially if someone tried to clear it out and didn't do a good job.
feel like that'd be one of those things that if you open the stove and are doing, and I caught that smell,
Yeah, it would be
immediately
one of
like,
those that
I know what
you
that
could
one is.
smell sage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he definitely scared of something. He's using all the tricks my grandma did.
Maybe we should have brought your grandma.
About 20 years too late for that, but she would have been helpful. Looking around, can we grab, like, if there is anything here, like lanterns or extra rope, like just like little mine going things that might be here? Or I guess these aren't really coal mines. We could use torches. Still.
Right. So as far as any like mining equipment doesn't do much good outside of a mine.
Oh.
So he probably would have mostly left it at the mine in a hidden location. This would have mostly just been more or less his sleeping quarters.
Okay.
All right. I think we should head out. Before we do, though, one last thing I want to check. I want to check for any loaves of bread.
Probably not.
Okay. So he probably hasn't been back here in a while.
Yeah, probably not.
That means he
Someone's
was
talking to me. I'd assume it'd be following me. I wouldn't want to come home either.
So that means he was scared enough of whatever to, what did you say, fortify, protect this house, but was also scared enough to never want to come back either.
Yeah.
So either something spooked him out of this house, or he knew what he was dealing with.
Yeah, sometimes sage and salt is just enough to give you peace of mind. Some things are a bit stronger than it can handle.
Especially if it has anything to do with this book that I'm still firmly holding in my hand.
Yeah, I don't want to know where that came from.
I wouldn't think about it
I'll
too
go
hard.
see if Ethel ate all the salt, or if we can go and get my horse ready.
Yep, I follow suit.
Fantastic. Are you bringing the book with you?
Yes, I am.
Excellent.
You're welcome.
If I was going to get it, if it was going to be left behind anyway.
All right.
I'm
So
going
you
to
guys
put
go
it
back
in
out.
my medicine satchel that I have with me.
All right. You guys go back out to your horses and your mule. And they've been licking at the salt circle, and it is now completely broken. Patches missing here and there.
Doc, you act like I don't feed you.
Yeah, see? Time to go.
And you guys saddle up your horses, and you're riding to the city. And you make a lot of noise because the girls, they are so pretty. No.
Wait.
No, you guys follow the map, and you find the notches on the trees, the markings, and you feel as though there could have been something here to kind of mislead you guys. But thanks to the generous donations of the viewers, we have simplified this for you, and you have followed the trail successfully to the mining base camp.
Yay.
So with that in mind, we are at a good intermission stopping point.
Okay.
If we want to be back in 10 minutes.
Yeah, we usually do a 10-minute. Yeah.
Fantastic. If you want to take us out, we'll be good to go there.
All right.
We'll be back in 10.
See you in 10. See you in 10.
Let's see if I do this right. Ha ha.
if anyone's made any donations while we were up.
I just checked.
I'm alive.
Woohoo!
Hello.
He didn't die yet.
Yay. I didn't
Yet.
go insane.
Yet.
Yeah.
Welcome back. And if we're just joining us, we are Saves versus Death, and we are doing Call of Cthulhu on Darker Trails one shot. And we are doing a charity drive for Extra Life, which is a children's network organization. And we're taking donations to affect in-game play if you are interested. All right. And
Yep.
what?
I was going to say, I believe that right now the donations that we have are 2 GM hints, which I will leave to you guys to spend as you see fit.
All right. Sounds
And
good.
I volunteer Maddie as the one who keeps track of that.
Also, I thought of something that I wanted to mention, and I don't think anybody described their character.
Oh,
or
no.
the viewers.
yeah, I thought about that earlier, and I was like, "Whoops, my bad."
So maybe I'm thinking maybe that might be a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
To
sure.
ride off through the mountains.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll start from left to right on the screen. So, Hades, who is your character, and what are they like?
So my character is, of course, I'm not wearing a hat, but he would be wearing a hat. Nice little cowboy hat. Probably some overalls and a shirt, and very has a beard very similar to this. Um, Brown eyes, uh, long brown hair, and just very probably very dusty looking, like been outside most of his life. So yeah, I mean, that's probably what I would expect.
Next up would be Mad Maddie.
Yeah. Maddie is this right earbud is like breaking and I hear myself echoing back in it. It's so weird.
Oof.
It was horrible. Maddie is a pretty slender, probably average height woman. Is very, very tan, like definitely native in uh jeans with the long black hair that, I mean, the only way you can keep it back is in braids. Has like that mix of her riding leathers and a jacket and things you need for walking through or riding through the horrible branches and things of the forest, but under that has like some definitely like very clearly like handmade, hand beaded, hand embroidered like shirt and clothing that seems to be very worn with age. We'll say.
So, kind of worn traditional native mixed with quote unquote modern.
Yeah. Having to blend in a little bit with the way of the world.
And then that takes us to Adelaide.
All right. Adelaide is definitely of fair skin. Constantly kind of has a burn mark on her face. She doesn't tan well.
Is that her Irish roots showing through?
That is 100% her Irish roots showing through. She's got almost that sunflower yellow hair that she usually keeps in a braid or in a bun out of her way. She's wearing kind of that tan linen. She is in proper like skirt, the long, almost floor length riding skirt. But her top is more kind of torn and has like patches taken out of it, almost like she's torn pieces from her clothing to like make tourniquets quickly, that then have been like sewn, like other patches have been sewn back. So her clothes are fairly patchwork, but it's all still within that linen material, that muslin linen material. She typically wears a hat, but my these do not allow for my hat to be worn. She also, if it's ever noticed, has a picture that sticks out of her shirt. That is a very worn and old picture of her grandmother. And she is constantly has her medicine bag with her. Like, even when it's not appropriate, it's just like on her.
Perfect. And the other thing that I usually like to do at the start of my Call of Cthulhu campaigns is that the whole premise of Call of Cthulhu is kind of flawed, because the idea of someone losing a bunch of sanity and becoming invaluable or as good as dead is very problematic and is just completely not true. Neurodivergence or even mental health and mental illness is not... What's a good way to articulate this? It's not a death sentence.
Not debilitating in that way. Yeah.
Exactly. Pengy, I feel like you're specifically qualified to discuss this.
Yeah, definitely. So a lot of my community already knows IRL. I am a psychologist. I work specifically with kiddos in a neuro-affirming way, because a lot of times, especially that older style language, people will hear a diagnosis and think of it almost like you said as a death sentence, like oh great, my child will never be able to do XYZ. And so, what I work on very specifically is kind of reorienting that ideology of, having autism is my kid will never do something, to no, it just makes someone's brain think about the world from a different lens. It's not that they have a deficiency, it's actually more that they have an efficiency in looking at something a different way, which is great when you need details remembered, or if you have something that needs to be done in a very specific way. It's kind of like that old adage of you can't base everyone's intelligence off of a tree climbing test if half of the people have fins or have never climbed a tree in their life.
Yeah, as someone who's diagnosed ADHD, there are ways that you can kind of see the world and use your lens to give you advantages in certain ways that people wouldn't see as an advantage.
100%.
So I just wanted to put that out there. I know the system is kind of problematic because of the sanity loss and things like that, but I didn't want to put anyone into that category specifically, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And with that, let's get back to the game.
Hooray.
So as you guys are following the trail, you see other inscriptions in the tree. Some look like rabbits with antlers. Some look like men with weird like hairs etched into them. And you see some that look like almost like little gnome faces. But you guys remembered that specifically you are following the ones that are shaped like an eye. And following that trail, you come to the mining base camp. Outside, so the mining base camp is a large clearing right at the entrance of the mine. There is a large tumbler, so like a big barrel designed to spin and kind of help churn and break up a bunch of rock. So you can put big rock in, get small rock out. Small rock is a lot easier to carry and manage than big rock. There's a couple of mining carts. There's a large sluice, which has a ladder leading up to it where you would run up and dump a bunch of water in to help rinse out and get the gold chunks all caught in the riffles of the sluice. And you see another like wash station where you would sit down and you would pan out and get the rest of the gold.
Well, looks like we found the base camp.
Remind me real quick. Are we here to mine? We think there's a bunch of good, or we think there's something other than just gold in here. I mean, we think there's something other as in spooky, but I mean as in profitable. Is it just the gold? Which is great.
It was just the gold we were after.
I understood that there was something more. I mean, spooky. Yes, we've established that 100%. If I wasn't trying to, save myself for trying to get across to a bigger town, I'd say to hell and head on back. But I heard there was something more.
All right, just wanted to temper my expectations and make sure I was on the right page. All right.
I'm also going to throw out there the minecarts look like they have been used fairly recently, and they look significantly heavier than one person would be able to move on their own.
Well, I reckon that there is more than one person mining this. I mean, those mine carts weigh a lot, and I don't think one person can push them.
Did Mr. Superstition have anything to say about a partner in all this?
No, Mr. Superstition just decided or said that he didn't want our deaths on his conscience.
Why did he think we were going to die?
Because the mountains talk to him.
Did he not build his mine correctly?
Yeah, is this up to code? Has this been inspected lately?
I'm sorry, that is not my department. I mean, I work in that same building, but when you guys said y'all needed a caretaker, I thought you were talking about me, not OSHA.
I mean, maybe
or
both.
WOSHA, since it's the Wild West.
All right.
Also, to kind of set the scene, it is starting to get to be kind of early evening. Sun will be going down in the not too distant future.
Well, it looks like it's going to get dark real quick, like.
Yeah.
And just about as those words cross your mouth, You hear a call coming from the forest surrounding the area. Not human and not like any animal that you guys have ever heard. And it is loud.
Anybody know what that was?
I think
That-
it's something trying to push us further into that mountain. Are we dumb enough to listen?
I mean, we were dumb enough to come up here with all the warnings.
Yeah, there were a lot of red flags we've been ignoring, huh?
Completely.
Yeah, it's a bad habit of mine. All right. Well, I was gonna say maybe we make a camp or something, but I don't think the outside of the mountain is any safer than the inside of the mountain, and both of them are going to be dark soon. So, what's our team or our plan here, team?
See, I was going to suggest the same
So-
thing. Break camp and go in the morning, but
I guess inside of the mountain, we have 2 ways to worry about, whereas outside, we have every which way to worry about.
You're not wrong.
Whoever is standing closest to the entrance of the mine, make a listen check.
well, it might be me because I'd probably be going up there to inspect it after I said, "Did he build it right?"
Yeah.
So I'll make a listen check.
Okay.
Oh, I'm really good at listening.
Is that what your mama says?
Yeah. How did you know?
DM, just for clarification, the mine, do we know this? Was it like him and his partner or someone else supposedly, but like they found it, they made it, they've been mining it for a while? Is this like an old leftover one? Is this like brand new? Whoa, we've just heard of it. Like,
I'm going to say that you wouldn't know.
okay.
We could always use one of our hints to find out.
That's true. Because I'm working on a few theories in the age of this mine. Might help.
Well, first I have 2 questions, but if you need to finish up, go ahead.
No, because I think before asking for hint from God, I would have probably asked you, being a minor, if you can kind of ID how long this thing's been running. So you do you, and then I'll ask you to ID it.
That was one of the questions once you said that.
Perfect.
The other question is out of character because 00 means 0, correct?
I believe
I thought W. I mean, yeah,
double
totally.
0 is 100.
No, it's the
No,
other way.
I mean, well, I got 00 and then a 5, so I think that's 5.
Yes.
Check.
Yes. So that is a 5. Because if it were 10, well, 10 and then 0, that's 10.
Yeah, it wouldn't make
double
any
0
sense.
and 0 is 100. But that's the only weird one. So 00 and 5 is just 5.
Yes, so that is an extreme success because my listen is a 70.
Very nice. You hear clear and distinct knocking coming from inside the mine. Like hand on wood knocking.
Hey, anybody else hear that? Somebody's knocking. Come in!
Is
Or
that
come
did you
out!
say something about some sort of knockers?
Yeah.
Like the people, not the
Tommy is knocking.
Yeah.
Is that their name? Like, I mean, I know you called them Thomas Knockers, but like, Like, did we name them Tommy, or is that their species and genus?
Oh, I don't know.
I think they're supposed to be ghosts of dead miners warning you of bad shit.
So they're a good
I
thing?
think he's warning us of bad shit, but like, thanks, sir. But I think we knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of those red flags,
So, yeah.
If it is them,
well, we should go with the positive versus the negative. Otherwise, we're three dumb fools who got ourselves plumb killed over red flags.
yeah, we're a third of the way there.
So, did anybody else? I mean, is it new construction or is it like more of a cave?
I'm going to say it is not unreasonably new. Like it is deeper and larger than you would expect given the length of time. Basically, if Superstitious Sam had been mining this with just himself or even like a small crew, it goes in deeper than you can see. So it would be a crew of people working day in, day out for at least a year to 2 years, as far as you can see.
I mean, I would say it's a year to 2 years old.
Well, good Lord, Sam was busy.
All right.
I mean, I think, is there any torches on the wall or lanterns around at the opening or in the base camp?
So just inside of the mine is a small wooden like cupboard storage area, and when you open that up, you can see a set of mining helmets.
Oh, we've got some mining helmets here. That'll work out great. I'll grab them and pass them out.
Sounds good. And these are the acetylene mining helmets. Basically, they had a powdered. Trying to remember what the chemical is. A powdered chemical in a thing that would drip water, and when the water would hit it, it would fuse and make acetylene, which is a flammable gas that they would use to light. So
That seems real safe on our head.
that's why they don't use them anymore.
Yep. Yep.
These actually work fairly well for another thing, and that is that if there's no oxygen, there can't be a flame. No flame means no light. So if your light goes out, you get out. And this would be common knowledge to a prospector of the time.
Do I hear any birds around in a cage?
Yeah, we got a canary in the cave.
Actually, now that you start listening for it, not even the leaves seem to be rustling.
Oof.
And is there wind? Do we feel wind?
Yes.
It's quieter than a sleeping babe on a mama's breast. I don't like it.
How desperate are we to get our comeuppance finally in this world? Because I think we are quite literally standing at death or good things. There's so many bad flags and bad spirits and bad omens, and this is everything we should be turning tail and running from.
I think at this point we're not allowed to turn tail.
Speaking of not being able to turn tail, the sky is beginning to turn into a bright orange and pink of sunset.
Well, I think
You guys are running out of daylight, and you're not sure if you can follow that trail in the dark.
I don't think we're gonna be able to go back tonight, so we might as well go in. I say.
Yeah, even if we don't, whatever's yelling in the woods is going to force us to.
Or it's going to rip us apart. I mean, take your pick.
Plus, even if we fail, at least we did something.
I like that outlook. That's a good one.
I've made my peace with baby Jesus, so just hope all you have.
Well, not Jesus, but something else.
And as you guys are discussing Jesus, almost as if on time, another closer scream that, again, doesn't sound human, but doesn't sound like a creature. Also doesn't sound anything like the first one, but closer.
I think that's our cue.
I
By the
think
way,
so.
what are our horses doing when they hear these screechy screechies?
So with this second one that is louder and closer, it seems to come from all directions. And they spook and jump and begin to kick. Are they tied down? Or better yet, each of you make a luck roll to see if you remember to tie your horses down.
No, thank you.
I guess you didn't then.
I didn't. I don't even think I dismounted.
Oh my god.
That would be the critical fail of the luck roll.
I just failed my luck roll by 3 points.
I also failed my luck roll by 3 points.
Oh no!
I don't.
But we can't really use luck to pass our luck because that's going to keep changing the DC.
You are unable to spend luck on luck or sanity.
I don't want to talk about it. I
feel like this troop just got 12 legs shorter.
No.
God damn it.
Doc.
Bessie!
You horse's ass.
You jackass!
Yeah, I'm used to this with Ethel. She'll come back in a day or two if the spooky thing's gone. Or I find her first.
Well, I guess we don't get a choice.
Well, from my doctor's satchel, I'm going to pull out my bottle of whiskey that I definitely have because I wrote it down. Well, at least I have something to keep us company. Cheers.
Hell yeah.
Cheers. It'll keep us warm at least.
I'm going to start broaching the entrance of the mouth.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Can I just I mean, not that it's going to do us any good now, but if by any chance we make it out of this cave entrance, can I just kind of like as everyone like walks by me, just kind of like dust the ground a bit where like our footprints are gone? There's like no footprints. I just want to know if something else is walking after the fact. Like I said, it's only going to do us good if we survive. But just covering her tracks / wanting to know if something else coming.
Sure. And as you're doing that, you notice tracks that are almost human-shaped, but significantly smaller. Child-sized. Soul Caliber, redeemed hydrate ×2.
Oh.
Ooh, thanks.
Times 3.
And
Oh,
apostrophe.
Dad, I'm
sure.
out of my hydrate. You have to come make me more if you're gonna do this.
Yeah,
Oh,
I only have so much
It's
nondescript.
just watered down rum. Blech.
But the rum is gone.
It is.
but why's the rum
Yeah.
gone?
Because it's whiskey?
That's right. That's right. Thank you.
Hey, bartender, here too.
Yeah, can you
Okay,
get us all
I'll take
around,
2.
please?
Yep.
Hey, did Mr. Superstitious say it? He didn't have like a kid or like a small helper that definitely shouldn't be anywhere near the mines.
No. I would know if anyone's had a kid with Senor Samuel. And
Sure.
no.
All right, well, we got
Nor grandkids.
little footprints. I'll just kind of point them. Normally I would probably be concerned that there's a child that was like just mucking around and got lost in the mines, but this is real far away and there's been so many red flags. I'm not gonna trust this as an actual kid.
I mean,
Oh, either way, now we got to watch out for a kid possibly being here.
probably a kid with teeth.
We all have teeth.
Scary ones.
Yeah.
Oh,
So as the
Well-
sun finishes setting,
Can we
You
push
look-
the minecarts? Like you said, it was like multiple people like could move them.
yeah, they're larger than one
Mhm.
person could push. One person could probably push an empty one, but it would definitely take 2 or more to push a full one. And as you're turning to like look at the mine carts, just at the edge of your vision before it gets obscured by trees, you see what appears to be something the size of a horse shambling.
I don't trust things that shamble. Shambles and skitters. I don't trust either of those.
Wendigo.
Mm-mm. Don't you say that out loud where we live.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Let's keep going. I'm like gun pointed, but like scooting back and seeing if it's like breaching like the entrance or anything, or if we need to shoot down this thing.
So as soon as it transfers from being like something that you're seeing to something that you're watching, I know that's a weird descriptor, but as soon as you have that intention to look at it, it turns and faces you and has the face of a horse.
Do all of us see this, or is it just Maddie?
For right now, it is just Maddie,
Okay.
unless she does something to kind of raise a flag.
Oh yeah, I mean I'm pushing people and walking backwards and has the gun pointed, so like definitely like we gotta go.
I'm
Also,
definitely
if you
heading
could
in.
make a D8 sanity check for me.
Oh, of course. That's just rolling a d8.
Yes.
I'm definitely just heading into the mine.
Do I only own
Get in the
d10s? What the
mines.
hell? Okay, hold on. I gotta pull up a generator. I apparently only own d10s and d6s.
Oh, we can use a D10 if you want.
No. D8.
D8's fine.
It's a 1.
Yay!
Good.
Oof.
How do I edit my thing in here? Okay. I don't know how to use Roll20's character sheet that I use to build it, and it's not letting me change my sanity. So I'm just going to take a note to change my sanity down by 1.
Roll20's Call of Cthulhu is not
the
Yeah.
best.
Not great.
I'm having to do the same thing, and mine's just.
Usually when I do digital Call of Cthulhu, I just do a PDF with all the stats saved on it because it auto fills out and everything. It's kind of works a little bit
That's
better.
what I should have on.
We got another $10 donation. Thank you.
Thank you.
And $10 is another hint for you guys to redeem.
Hooray!
Yay.
So you have 3 hints, and I don't think you've spent any of them.
You know what we should do? Can we use a hint to know what creature this is?
No.
Oh.
You absolutely can. And I'll just give one of you an epiphany that speaks the name.
Nope. I would say we should use our hints to find out where the treasure is and the safest route home.
Oh, that's fair.
But that's 2 of 3.
And it's staring, but it's not pursuing anymore? Or?
Thank you, Tay.
It does not increase pace, but it does change direction towards you. Shambling and more you would almost get a more curious vibe than anything.
I think I'm just still backing up. I don't think I'm shooting yet. We are now inside a cave that could collapse with loud noises. I also don't want to piss it off if it's just kind of curious right now and might just like not care about us anymore. So I think I'm just like trained on him, but like seeing if there's any sort of change in pursuit. Unless anyone else wants to do anything. Fully up to y'all, because I have clearly been like creepy, terrifying thing.
No, I am like right behind probably the right shoulder. As Maddie's backing up. I have not drawn my weapon yet. However, I am also kind of looking in the dark and making sure neither of us trip as we're moving backwards.
Okay.
I'm heading the charge into the mine, trying to gauge where we're at.
Okay. As you guys slowly and deliberately back into the mine, you pass the cabinet that was on the side of the inside and realize that the door is large enough that as you open that cabinet, it closes the entrance of the mine.
Can we barricade it? Can we make sure nothing else at least comes in after us? But something that we can move quickly in case something is coming in after us from inside.
Is there a mine cart up here?
Yes, there is a minecart that is inside the cave on the correct side of the door. So I'm the way I picture it is if this is the mouth of the cave and this is the door, you can close it like this, and so something can be braced from the inside.
Yeah, so we can brace it with the minecart.
Yes.
Yeah. I would say let's wait on doing the bracing until we know it is pursuing. Because as Maddie so dutifully pointed out, if something starts pursuing us from the behind, we don't want to put ourselves in a pickle to where we now have to try to go this way.
I'm just a little concerned if that thing makes it in here with us, it can turn into something else that we won't be expecting to.
If that thing gets in, what thing for one thing?
Oh, the shambling thing with the horse head. That's not natural. That's real supernatural. That's real. Not good. Bad.
Are you shoot
Bad.
now? I 100% agree with you on all these red flags, but are you sure you saw that and it's not just your mind and shadows playing tricks
Is it
on you?
I absolutely don't know. Either
is
or,
it
but
big?
we're seeing. Yeah.
Well, if
Yeah.
it's
Pretty
big, if we don't barricade it out and it gets in our way to get out regardless, we're kind of hosed. Because it'll
Do
block the whole entrance itself.
Yep. Look, I mean, I feel like my point of view on all this has been pretty clear from the get go. We are screwed either way. I think it's just wherever we stack our luck the best, which I think now, unfortunately, at this point, is farther in the cave.
Does
yeah, I concur with my gentle lady right here. Um, I guess yeah, let's barricade and pull our britches and sally forth.
does the mine look like it was dug out, or is it look natural? Now that
At the
I'm
moment,
inside.
where you guys are at, it looks dug out.
Okay. Is there
And
anything?
as you're looking around, you see a very nice thick vein of quartz that runs pretty much straight through, pretty much eye level with where you guys are at.
Ooh.
Ooh, and there's quartz. There's gold. Sometimes. It's a good
Yeah.
sign, though.
Alrighty. I think we need to stop discussing this. We want a barricade. Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab the cart and start pushing.
All right. So I will let you guys spend a GM hint. But the minecart is empty. So spending a GM hint would give you guys the cart is full of rock and stone and heavy.
That
I
would be
think it's
good.
worth it. I think it's worth it.
Mm-hmm. Because I'd rather have to worry about things trying to kill us from one direction
Yeah.
both for a little bit.
Personal philosophy is you can't worrying about the thing coming from behind. Well, sorry, worrying about something coming for you from the front later is only relevant if the thing from behind doesn't get you until later.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll luck out and we can, all three of us will survive and make it. Oh, we're going to be so screwed if only one of us makes it to this card at the end. Anyway, if all three of us make it to the end and we can pull the card out of the way, maybe the thing in the cave and the thing outside don't like each other and they'll fight each other.
I mean, that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah. That's how I play every video game. I try to corral the two enemies and they can fight each other, and then I jump in at the end.
It's a great strategy.
Mm-hmm.
If you get the skeleton to shoot the creeper,
Exactly, you save so much trouble.
The plus we just have to save one GM hint, and then we can have the card empty.
There you go. Something came and stole all the rocks out of it. Wild. Yeah, I'm about that.
Yeah, I agree. Barricade beyond the barricade.
Everyone remember this moment when an hour later we're absolutely so bad that there's rocks in this thing.
Oh yeah, no, you have to use this cart to push through the cave and gather materials. No, all right. So it's full of rocks and ore and stone. But with all three of you working together, you're able to push it right up against the door.
Beautiful.
Effectively sealing you guys in the mine shaft.
Is there enough, and I guess this is just for my own sanity's sake, is there enough of a crack between the wall and the door that we haven't, like, gas chambered ourselves?
I will say that since you guys are still pretty close to the entrance of the cave, mine shaft, you see a framed outline in the ceiling. Not very big, just big enough. And you can see moonlight coming down through it.
Okay, thank you. I just,
Got some air coming in.
I would hate for our demise to be suffocation due to our own ignorance of understanding how rocks work.
The keeper sets a timer for 15 minutes. Well,
Yeah, we
you're
have
all
the
dead.
suffocation clock. We gotta fill
right.
it.
After we do seal it, I'm gonna uncork the whiskey, take a swig, hand it to whoever is nearest to me.
Drink a little bit. Pass it on.
Yeah, I'll grab it. Take a nip. Well, shall we?
Follow the courts, I guess, right?
Yeah. Is there
That's where they would have gone.
Is there anything else up here in the closet or the cabinet?
The storage?
Yeah.
Sure. Make a spot hidden check.
While he's doing the spot hidden, since our lovely Mad Maddie saw something, I'm gonna be doing another one of those, like, triage, like visual triages on them.
I did not see anything. A 93.
Oof. Nope. You find, like, other than the helmets with the lamps, you find, like, some coveralls, some jumpsuits, like mining clothes.
I was hoping for some dynamite. Last.
Nah.
All right. Cool.
And then running, like, triage analysis.
Yeah, basically what I did for, again, I'm pointing because he's right there on my screen. What I did on John with the book, just making sure that there's no, because that obviously was scary, and making sure that Maddie's all there and we're not going to have someone geek out on us.
Mm-hmm. Let's do a psychoanalysis check.
I would love to. It would help if I actually had the thing up. Hold on. There we go. I got a 7.
Awesome. Again, shaken, but still temporarily.
Okay.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
You sure?
That ain't the first weird creature in the night I've seen or dealt with or whatever. Don't get quite used to it, but I don't know. If y'all couldn't see it, maybe it was some sort of omen. Maybe it was something else. Bit more sensitive, those sort of things sometimes.
So as you guys are kind of like discussing inside the entrance of the mine, the bright moonlight that was shining down through the shaft, the air shaft, is also kind of illuminating the cracks in the door. And you see a large shadow with long, spindly limbs being cast on the door.
Like we're like being cast like it's inside with us.
No,
or like the outside one. Okay.
Like you can see like the outline.
Okay.
Outside the door.
I'll just point real quick. Or maybe don't look. Actually,
Thanks
that's
for the
probably
raid.
smart.
Yes, thank you for the raid.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Oh.
Hi.
And the shadow stops in front of the door. And you hear a very loud, deep breathing, like a smelling. Like you hear it go.
Are there any more of those of the helmets?
There's enough in there that you could each get one.
Okay.
Oh, we got another raid too.
Oh, hello.
Dude.
Welcome.
Oh, hey, Jay.
Hey, Jay.
Hey. That's also part of me.
So, since we just got a couple of raids and we've got a bunch of new faces here, just want to let everyone know that this is an extra live stream where donations can affect the outcome. We have several different donations that will affect the stream in different ways. So if you feel so inclined, just wanted to let you guys know that that is an option.
Yay.
Thanks for coming, guys.
All right.
Adelaide, can I borrow that whiskey again?
Yes, ma'am. While I hand her the whiskey, I'm gonna pull out a jar of smelling salts.
Oh, that's better than what I was gonna do as I see you do that and I hand you back the whiskey.
I'm gonna take a swig and how tall? Like the shadow the stiffing is coming from. Apparently I lost my nose. There we go.
Okay, so you wouldn't really be able to tell what part of it the sniffing is coming from, but the shadow seems to, for the most part, fill the space of the door.
But is it like at the top of the door or is it like all of the door?
I'm going to make you get closer to find out.
I'm a big brave dog and I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I'm gonna look to like throw my smelling salts vial or ampule, sorry. And then I'm gonna take a swig, pass it back to Maddie, or if John's closer, it's gonna be John, but whoever's directly behind me. And I'm gonna get closer to the beastie.
Okay. Are you like gonna try and like run up and like do it real fast, or are you going to like slowly approach?
I am going to stealthily come closer, and the minute I hear it snorfing, I'm going to break the smelling salts and ideally make it wish it never inhaled deeply.
Okay. So as you slowly creep up towards the door, you get the sense to kick up some dust, which is illuminated in the moonlight. And as you do, you see some of the dust going towards the right side of the door, kind of being as if it's being sucked out. And you kind of get the notion that that's where it would be breathing from.
Okay. And then I guess I'm gonna get as close as I can and basically smash the vial, the ampule, either against the rock wall or the door, whichever like makes more sense in that
Right.
scene.
Go ahead and roll a luck check.
Okay. I'm gonna spend luck.
You can't spend luck on luck rolls.
Oh no, I'm gonna spend John's luck.
Oh, okay.
Fair.
That works.
Yeah. 16
Okay.
out of 45.
Okay. So as you smash the ampule, you feel the glass begin to break, and you pull your hand away just in time that the glass doesn't cut your hand open.
Okay.
And you timed it perfectly, just as another like big inhale, and then you hear a loud booming scream, and it darts
Similar
away.
to the ones we've been hearing.
Similar in the sense that it's unfamiliar.
Oh, okay.
And it darts away.
I'm going to back up real quick. I'm going to keep going until I hit something solid behind me. Whatever
Me.
that is.
I'm just like, okay, so that was a real good idea. I was going to do something I saw in the circus once and just shoot whiskey on the lighter in its nose.
No, that's good top shelf whiskey.
Yeah, lots of alcohol.
Nope. Hydrate.
Hydrate.
Oh. Thanks.
All right. Well, with them a little distracted and shoved off, let's get our scent away from him. How about if he comes back? And then hopefully he'll give up because he can't smell us anymore, or it'll be daytime by the time we get back.
I like both of those ideas. John, you want to lead the way? Since you come from mining folk, you're going to know this area a lot better than, well, myself.
Well, I was already kind of scouting ahead a little bit, trying to see, is it all one path down here?
For the most part, like you might see like a small like jut in, well, away from it, but it would be no bigger than like a 10-foot by 15-foot room. Some would say even 10 feet by 15 feet.
Kind of where they found a vein, and then
yeah, where they would have found a vein, dug it out, and then kept going. So far, it's pretty easy not to get lost.
Following you, boss.
Does anyone use the mining helmets?
I
Oh,
am.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, is it one like? Do we need to all turn them on, or would it be smart to ration? I don't know how long these last.
They would last.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Go ahead.
Would I have an idea of?
Oh yeah, how long they last? Yeah, you would like opening them up. You could see that each one is good for probably 2 to 3 hours.
Then I'm gonna wait. Maybe we run one at a time for a hot minute.
Yeah, we could also. Is there more than 3 or?
That's all we got.
Yeah. I mean, if absolutely necessary, we can make torches out of my my gauze and bandages, but I'd prefer to, save those.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yeah, we should probably ration them then, because it's going to be a long night otherwise.
Considering it not just began. Yes,
Yep.
sir.
I want to while we walk, like definitely just like following behind John, but then keep an eye on the ground, see if I see any more like weird footprints, like kind of doing a little bit of tracking of sorts as we're kind of like going along and just seeing if there's anything else out of the ordinary we should keep an eye on, or if these children footprints keep going in.
All right. So as you are following, you do see that the child footprints seem to almost multiply to the point where it feels like there may be more child-sized footprints than human-sized footprints. And you do see human-sized footprints from previous miners.
Boots. Are
The
they
weird
barefoot
thing- Yes,
kids?
they are
Ooh.
barefoot,
Mm,
Don't like it. Don't like it.
no.
and all of them seem to be walking in the same direction, which is further into the mine.
If Maddie points these out, could I potentially discern roughly the age of these childlike footprints just based on gait and walk, if they're injured or anything like that? Just based on the fact that I've had kids I've been the labor nurse, I've been the checkup. Like, I would probably know milestones decently well.
So,
I mean, like, I know they're not human or actual kid, but
does Maddie share this information?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Like,
This is the weird part.
this is the weird part.
This is a weird part.
Okay, I was worried that we weren't that the weird snake horror, the weird spider horse thing wasn't the weird part. Sorry.
right. So, although the size is roughly the size of like a toddler's foot,
Okay.
I'm going to say that you would also notice that. Actually, I'm going to make you roll for this. What's a good roll?
Medicine.
Medicine would be a good one. I'll allow it.
Yay! That is a 53 under my 70.
Awesome. Okay. So they may be toddler-sized feet, but instead of like wobbling to the side like you would expect a toddler to do, they are in a very like straight, very deliberate, like they're walking as though they're a full-grown adult.
Is their gait super far apart, or is it still like basically
Like a toddler
does
can
their
only move like their feet like 6 inches in front of them?
essentially
This-
I'm trying to discern if this is like their feet are small but they're the size of an adult, or if their stature matches their feet size, because gait would determine that.
The stature would probably match the foot size, but it doesn't really make sense because of like the use of the legs.
Okay.
So like a toddler can't use their knees to the full extent, but this one would be.
Okay, so this one's walking as if they're a full-grown adult, but clearly is not.
Correct.
Okay. I know we kind of already determined this, and not to, I guess, beat a dead horse or anything. These aren't kid feats. We ain't looking for a kid or kids.
No, I think there's a good chance it's something pretending to be a kid because, you know, they're not threatening and people trust them and want to help them. So a lot of evil things will try and prey on the rest of our sensibilities. But there's a lot of them.
You guys hear 2 loud knockings coming from the further in the cave. Mine.
Oh, Lord.
Tommy, we're coming.
And it
It's
echoes.
Tommy.
Are when they do the knock, is it the like second part of the shave and a haircut? Because if it is, I want to do the first part to them.
You know what? Sure.
I'm going.
It's the very deliberate. So then you knock out shave and a haircut.
Yeah, I'm going to just on the cave wall, I guess, just knock out shave and a haircut.
Okay. Make a listen check. Everyone, please.
Man, can I roll high on a freaking D100?
That's the
Yeah.
that's the fun part about this system is it's like, yes, I rolled a 97. Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
Can I ever roll above a 10 on a D20? No, but I can roll above an 80 on a D100 constantly.
Thank you. Yes, I'm like I always roll high, so I typically do in this game.
I notoriously roll really high when the rolls do not matter.
Yeah, same, honestly.
So this roll obviously mattered.
Okay. So no one passed the listen check?
I passed it with flying colors and heard everything. I got a 2.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah, you did.
I did not. I am deaf.
So immediately after shaving a haircut, you hear giggling from multiple sources.
I don't like giggling as much as I don't like shambling and skittering.
Or maybe giggling's not the right word. More of like a snickering. Because I feel like giggling implies like a higher pitch, but snickering can be like a.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, that's like giggling with a purpose. I need that on a mug.
But it's low enough pitch that it sounds almost like it could be the ground rumbling. And that's what the other 2 hear is they hear almost like the ground shifting, like the cave shifting, and it's not necessarily concerning. But to you, it's a very distinct snicker, chuckle, giggle.
Guffaw.
Well, you made them laugh, whatever they are.
Me?
Yeah.
Or her?
You. Adelaide.
I guess. I'd do it again.
And then they knock back the 2.
You made friends.
So you knock out the. And then answers back.
Maybe we were going about this wrong. Maybe we need to play their game.
Your grandma tell you anything about this one?
No, not really. We weren't really from mountainous areas. I don't know what these kind of creatures are. But we've walked into something else's home, and I think Superstitious Sam and whoever else was here did too, and they didn't show it any sort of respect. So maybe that's what we try. I mean, if we're here and we're looking for something, let's act like we just walked into someone else's house, treat it with respect, play their games within reason. I mean, be cautious.
Yeah, I mean, if we're dealing with not children, I mean, we could always treat them kind of like children until we're given more. I mean, if they think the knocking, and I just knock again, but not in a rhythm, just if they think that's fun, then maybe some other games. Oh, oh, does anyone have any tin? Any like a can on them? Does anyone have I start like searching my pack for like a metal object.
I'll pull the cup that I got out, but like dump everything. So it's an empty cup when I pull it out. Yeah, I got one
completely forgot you had that in your pocket.
I thought you were like trying to weed it out.
No, I was thinking, what's another old-timey kid game? Oh wait, kick the can.
Oh.
Yeah. It's empty when I bring it up, but I'll bring it up.
Yeah, that. Throw it down. And yell,
Right.
what's that phrase? Listen, I'm actually Irish. I'm really not from around here, and I've been trying to do the accent because I wanted to fit in, but I mean, me dad died, and me ma, well, she's back overseas, and just with the accent, I don't know what you guys call it here, but over there we called it Oli Oxyfrey. And so, is that something you do here?
They're just
what?
Like,
out of character.
Staring for a minute, and then she's like,
I think my jaw is just like dropped.
Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna be honest, I'm not really from here either. This is a real accent because it's just how I learned English, but it's not my first language, if that helps. So I don't know, but all the other Oxenfree sounds fine. I'll say is then I just kind of like kick the can down the tracks for a little bit and see if it comes back or moves or anything.
Okay. Is it still within the light?
I would try to keep it so, just to
Okay.
see if we see anything.
Maybe like on the outskirts.
Yeah, where it's like dim.
Okay, so where it's dim, you see a small shadow run across perpendicular to the path. And you hear the can get kicked and it vanishes from sight.
Oh, you saw that, right?
That's good job, honey. Usually you kick it back to the person that kicked it to you, though. It's part of the game.
Nothing.
What?
Yeah, it's playing its own game.
Well, I've got nothing.
Well, maybe this mine comes out somewhere else where we can get out.
Maybe so. It's probably dumb. I want to take like just a few steps in front of everyone, like not too terribly far away. I still want to be in the light, but I want to kind of like kneel down on the path and kind of look in the direction that the can. And I saw someone kind of skitter, and I'm like trying to keep my cool together. Hey, little one. I saw you playing with it. can there. Is it all right that we're here? Are you and your friends fine with us walking around? Maybe kick that can back towards me if you're all right with it.
Silence answers back.
Okay, so I'm gonna assume that means no, you're not.
No. Oh. I don't think they don't. I, they're probably okay with us being here, because otherwise we probably would have been by now.
That's true. That's true.
I think we should just keep going and hope for the best because we can't do much else.
Can we keep walking that way? Kick the can farther away if we want us to go find it. How about that?
And silence answers you.
All right, I don't think they want to talk. We're gonna keep walking if that's fine, because there's a scary horse head thing back that direction.
All right.
Hoping for the best, y'all.
Every once in a while, as we walk, if other people are doing other things, but I will like walk or knock every once in a while as we progress. I just kind of want that as like a continuous action, so I'm not interrupting constantly to say I do that.
Sounds good. You actually don't have to do that for very long, because as you get closer, you realize that where the edge of the light was, just beyond that, the cave splits, comes to a T.
Which
And
way does the quartz go?
the quartz stays pretty well eye level all the way through.
Both ones.
Mhm.
Both
Both
paths.
sides.
And both of them.
Do feet
And
print
then
go
you
both-
guys, was that?
What?
All right. You guys hear knocking coming from the right.
Do the footprints go both ways?
No. And I will say that the shadow came from the left and kicked the can off to the right. And the footprints all go to the left.
So the laughing came from the right, or the knocking came from the right, and the footprints are to the left.
Correct.
Can went in the knock, yeah.
Okay.
So do I think that Tommy knockers, from what I heard with the knocking, is a good sign that they're trying to warn you of danger?
So, because Tommy knockers have kind of been echoing through your mind throughout this whole time, you've remembered a couple of things. Tommy knockers are kind of playful, but can be mean-spirited at times. And miners would often leave presents for them in exchange for their good favor. And most importantly, they get their name from the knocking sound that they make to try and direct miners away from a collapse.
And we
Away
gave him a
from
gift.
the collapse. Okay. Look, I've been thinking about this. The knocks, they're trying to take us away from, I think it's danger, is to the left. If the knocking's coming from the right. So we want to go towards the knocking.
I mean, that's good a hint as any. We're gonna take these spirits at their word. Why not?
I mean, they haven't attacked us, so I mean,
No. And
I'm gonna
let's go
head
see if
off
we
to
can
the
find our
right.
game. Yeah,
I think.
follow.
Yep, I follow too.
Okay. As you follow off to the right, that quartz vein gets bigger and bigger to the point where you begin to see large specks of gold.
Oh, this is
Oh, damn.
a ridiculous amount of gold.
Yeah. Does it? I mean, we're on a path, so it seems like someone has mined this area already. Like there's just still gold left. Like, or is it looking a little more natural, like to the end of the mine situation?
It is looking hand hewn.
Okay.
This is a huge vein of gold, guys.
Yeah, and I still can't get it out of my head that I don't understand how Sam and a couple of guys made it this far in just a couple of years.
I don't know.
I mean, we were wanting gold. Found it. Do we keep going to see what this something more was, or do we hope that our buddies will let us hang out unbothered?
Well, the way I see it is, we know where it is now. I mean, it's not like we couldn't come back later.
No, sir. Don't come back. This is a one and done for me.
Yeah. Huh?
I don't tempt fate twice.
And you hear
I
a
mean-
knocking from further in.
Oh, this is starting to feel more like it's
I'm gonna
luring us in and then keeping us safe, but maybe I'm the superstitious one.
I'm gonna scrape off some of the gold with my pocket knife if it's that easy and that obvious.
I would say you would probably use your knife like this and then find like a large rock on the ground and just like smacking the bottom of it, be able to pop off a decent sized chunk of quartz that's speckled with gold.
That works. All right.
Are we gonna sit
makes
here
good
for a minute while he does that?
Well, I was just doing.
Yeah,
it
I
real
mean,
quick.
Yes, I'm still probably walking forward just to the edge of the light, kind of listening and keeping an eye on the ground and everything I've been doing, but we'll pause for however long we need.
While he's doing that or whatever, I would like to take this moment to craft some like dolls with my gauze, and if I need to, I'm just gonna start taking strips of my clothing to make them as cute as I can.
I'd say that since you've probably had to stitch some people up, you have some decent sewing skills.
I also have cross stitch as a craft.
I was gonna say let's roll for quality here.
Yeah.
I'll see you working on it, and I'll like take off one of my little beaded bracelets and kind of throw it your direction.
I would love to use. Oh, do we have to call our luck first, or can I roll
You
and then
can-
call my luck?
You can roll it, see what it is, and then gauge if you want to spend the luck on it or not.
Okay, good. Thank God. I'm rolling cross stitch.
Okay.
Question mark.
Yeah, cross stitch.
Okay. You know what? I don't need to. I just got right underneath it. It's a 24 out of 25.
Nice.
Love that. Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, just with the time you have, I'd say that you were able to quickly fashion one of decent quality. What do you do with it?
I would like to walk to the edge of the light. Take a deep breath. And kind of almost sit on my knees. Almost like half in the light, but like the top half of me is now shrouded in the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
And basically just like as motherly as possible, just kind of like offer the doll.
And it feels almost like the wind just takes it out of your hand. Like you don't feel anything solid. You hardly feel it leave. But it's gone.
Thank you. I'm gonna dust myself off and back into the light a little bit. They don't seem so bad.
I mean, we're still alive, so
Shall
don't
we
trust it
continue?
till it don't. Yeah, let's
Shall
keep
we get
trucking.
along?
Let's get along. They're knocking. Something's there.
Yeah, I follow behind whoever is taking point.
Sounds good. And as you guys are moving along, you come to what at first glance appears to be a dead end. Until you notice that there's a crack in the wall. Just big enough for one person to get in and squeeze through.
Like one at a time squeeze through, or like...
Yes.
Okay.
One at a time.
I thought we were going to have to draw straws.
Wow. I'm
Listen,
wily and I got a gun. I can go, I guess, first. Get a peek in before committing fully. How about? Someone pull me back if I scream.
do we have rope?
Of course, because again, I definitely filled out my inventory because I definitely remember that existed.
It was on Bessie.
So I'm going to be totally honest. As a keeper / DM, GM, a lot of like the minutia items I don't really track.
Why don't we tie a wee bit of rope around you, and that way if we hear you...
Sounds good.
Or if it takes a bend, we'll be able
around.
to...
Yeah. John, can you teach me how to use this helmet? Get my light turned on. And then I'll scoot through. Once I'm tied up and light on.
Okay.
Pistol out.
So as you kind of begin scooting through, what at first seemed like it was only going to be like, oh, it's just like a thin wall of rock, quickly becomes several feet.
Oh, Lord, it keeps going.
And as you're scooting through, it gets tighter and tighter and tighter to where you're not sure if you're going to make it. And just when you're at the tightest point, you feel the ground beneath you, and at this point, completely surrounding you and compressing you, begin to rumble and shake.
Y'all feel that?
And they do.
Aye.
And behind you, the other two, you hear the sound of rockfall.
It's a cave-in! Go, go, go!
I'll pull them through, I guess. If it's like the cave
You
on
don't
their
have
side.
you don't at this point necessarily have the agency to move your arms. You just have to try and
like I'm stuck here.
You're stuck there and you have to try and squeeze through.
I'm squeezing. Best I can. Is that just
Adelaide, go!
people just main stats? Is it strength? Is it something else? I don't know how.
Let's go. Nothing really feels right for this.
It's a contortionist
Dodge?
check, really. I mean,
You know what?
Where yeah, just a straight up strength or dex.
Just because I'm a huge fan of it, make me a luck roll.
Don't forget to use
50,
John's
babe.
luck.
Or yeah, just use dex.
50. Oh no, my dex is higher. Never mind. That's my intelligence. Okay. Who? If it would have been a luck roll, it would have been hilarious because I rolled the exact same thing as my last luck roll with a 53, but my dex is a 75.
Yes.
Okay. You feel the shift in the rock behind you and in front of you. And it compresses you to the point where you hear a rib or something in your side
Yeah.
crack. But just as soon as it feels like that pressure is about to give on another rib, you feel it release.
Suck in on your way through.
And you're able to
Just
make it all the way through.
Heavy breathing, and then we'll just start to like pull on whoever is coming through while just looking in my general area.
Yeah, I guess I'll be going through next since, again, I'm pointing. Since John said, Adelaide, go, as I'm going through, I'll be like, all right, wee ones, we're following ya. And I'm gonna shimmy through as well.
Okay. So because the rock shifted,
Okay.
you're able to make it through without issue.
Must be nice.
Don't worry, I'm a doctor.
And then John is also able to shift through plenty well.
Man, that looked a lot smaller. Weird.
I'm just doubled over, glaring.
So
I'm gonna, if I see that she's not okay, that I'm going to immediately focus on her more so than our surroundings.
sounds good. Make a
I'm
first
focusing
aid
on
check.
surroundings. I'm just holding her rib, just like, where the fuck are we?
You said
I'm looking
first aid.
around.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You can go to them and I'll just make my roll.
Sounds good. As John is looking around, since last I checked, he was the one wearing the helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got mine on too since I was going in ahead alone, but
Yeah, I figured we all had our own going solo through a crack.
Ooh, you got a 4 or a 4D?
40. 40
Pass.
out of, yes, 40 out of
Excellent.
50.
You determine it's a cracked rib, nothing major, no treatment really needed. Just breathing is hard. Okay.
I hand her the bottle of whiskey.
As you are looking around, you are in a room that every direction you look seems to glow. The reason, well, it's glowing this bright yellow. And that's because every way you look, the light from your helmet is reflecting off every single gold speck. And it looks as though a kindergartner had come through and taken that yellow glitter and just spread it all over the walls. The entire room seems to light up because of the way the light is refracting. And you are in a room that is completely and utterly gold. You see more gold than not.
It's the mother lode, guys.
Holy shit.
Look at this, Maddie.
Is there anywhere in this room that the gold isn't, as in a crack or a way out?
Unfortunately, no.
One, holy shit. This is definitely enough to stop working ever. Two, though, I don't know how we gonna get this out of here, or us. And three, do y'all think that our air just got stopped up?
Well, it collapsed behind us, so yes. So unless there's no way out, we're gonna die rich.
That's what I've always wanted, I guess.
I'm gonna go over to a wall and kind of like press my ear against it this time and do the I wouldn't lose faith quite yet. All right. We ones, kids, we need more.
Is there water in the room?
No.
Is there dust? Is there, sorry.
We were talking earlier about the creepy things and different stories, and there was the she would say the proper thing. I have forgotten, the rock slide guy.
Oh, the
Worm.
Slider.
yeah, the slide rock bolter.
Yeah, there we go. You think that's got anything to do with this too? Like we're trespassing now on something that was theirs? I mean, this is the earth. This is natural. I mean, yeah, we find it valuable, but I mean, it is the mountain. It's just protecting it, and the kids are trying the best to protect the people, but it's two forces of very different nature working against each other.
It very well could be.
I'm gonna shine the light up. anything up top?
No. Just the glint of gold reflecting back.
That old prospector said someone was talking to him. Is anyone going to talk to us? Just before I start making all my theories.
And from the wall behind you, you hear,
All right.
I go to whatever wall was behind her that we heard that. And I do the... That was only one knock.
oh, sorry.
Okay.
I like hit my knuckle, and I thought that it didn't come through. So
Beautiful. Hey, ask your little friends there if there is a way out. They didn't like talking to me.
All right. I get on my knees again, like, like a school teacher or whatever, talking to a class. And again, I have like my ear next to the wall, and I'm like, all right, we ones, we're stuck. You're much smarter than we are. You wanna give us a better hint? By the way, we do still have 2 hints from the DM.
I mean, when we're struck between a rock and a hard place, we should probably use one.
I was gonna say, if we're okay with me using one, I mean, I wouldn't mind doing a hand of God right here.
okay.
Yeah. I'm fine with it.
However, it fits in with the story.
So we're actually coming up on the end. But as you're like talking, pleading with the Tommyknockers, you begin to feel lightheaded. And you pass out. Shortly followed by the other 2.
Would I have enough time to do a quick, silly little thing if I see the responses someone has passed out? Like super fucking quick.
I would say you would have a matter of seconds.
I think like she's already been thinking it and whatever, and thinking that we have trespassed somewhere we should not, and people have trespassed somewhere they should not, and the mountain is mad at us. Or at least that's what she's working off of. I think if she was already kind of like had her hand in her pocket and kind of playing with those gold pieces,
Mm-hmm.
and then if she sees in response to asking, she was like, all right, I think someone took something they weren't supposed to take, or maybe not, I don't know, here, and I'm just gonna like dump the pocket of gold onto the ground and then pass out.
Okay. And as you assumedly all breathe your last, you wake up the next morning. At the base camp, outside of a caved-in mine. Nothing seems out of the ordinary. The gold that you had sworn that you had taken out of your pocket is still there. And there's 3 sets of childlike footprints leading up to where you guys are laying in the middle of the base camp.
Did that happen? What? Did we die? Is this heaven?
How's my rib feel?
Oddly enough, it's bruised. Like you have a bruise on your side. But it's not doesn't hurt to breathe nearly as bad as it did.
Oh.
I looked back at the mine or the collapsed in mine, and I said, "Thank you."
And from behind a piece of mining equipment, you hear,
Oh.
I tip my hat, good sirs.
Yeah. Shit, let's not do that again.
Yeah, I want to go home.
Yeah. Home sounds nice.
and as you begin walking down the trail, hitched to a tree just outside of the camp, your 2 horses and your mule.
Bessie! You're alive.
I just like walk up. What I name her? Ethel, I think.
Ethel.
And like do the forehead to the nose and just like kind of look her in the eyes like, did you see weird shit?
And the horse just looks at you and goes, nay.
I'm gonna take that as a yes. In an absolute just nothing to say silence, just gets on the horse and just starts walking.
Oh yeah, I don't think I would be very talkative either.
How far away is this supposed cave from town? Like 2 days, 1 day walk, 2 days walk?
It's half a day's ride from the cabin because we said it was early afternoon when you were at the cabin and about early evening when you got to the base camp. And I would say probably just an hour out of town for the cabin.
Okay. Adelaide is going to make frequent trips up to the cave-in with like dolls and like clothes, like little shoes.
Okay. So in the days that follow, the first couple days things were disappearing. But within a week, they stop. And the only thing that you can really think is there's no mine here, there's no miners here, there's no need for Tommy knockers. And so they went on to go and help the next mine and save another batch of miners. And that through your generosity, you were able to not only help yourself, but help them and help the future to come.
Oh, wholesome.
The mega happy ending.
The end.
Yay!
Yay!
I know we still kind of owe you guys a hint, but
no, that's good. In the like coming days, Maddie, she's gone. She bounced town. But the tab is paid, and half of the gold like comes up on Adeline's porch, and the other half comes up on John's porch. It was in my pocket, but she's outie.
Adelaide
takes only what she needs and splits.
Has no idea where this gold came from because she didn't see that that Maddie pocketed it. She passed out before Maddie took it out of her pocket the other time. No clue where the hell this gold is from.
That's fair.
Yay!
I probably just start a new mine somewhere with my new money.
Well, that depends. Are you a prospector or are you a miner?
I will be I'm a miner, probably. No, it doesn't matter. I would probably do a little bit of both. Probably find some creeks in Colorado. That's very common.
Much more calm.
Fair enough. All right.
Yay. I liked that.
Love it. I love the spookies.
Wholesome
So much
spookies.
mystery,
Yeah.
shambling and giggling and
A mine specter, exactly. Thank you.
There you go.
Inspector. There you
Mine
go.
specter.
But no, if you're curious, Slabrock Bolter is actually a cryptid that it was alleged to live in Colorado.
Mm-hmm. I love him.
Yeah.
He's like a giant whale with hooks
Oh.
on his feet. And by feet, I mean fins.
Yep, as well as the Tommyknockers, the jackalopes, as well as some other creatures.
Yeah.
So
There was like a 10 to 12 year period of my life as a child that I thought jackalopes were real creatures
I think we
because
all
there was
did.
like a store. Yeah, there was like a little store down the street from my like family's like old ranch place, and they had like a stuffed jackalope, and I was like, oh, it's real. And then when I learned it wasn't, it really kind of shattered my
Devastating.
world.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
oh.
I had a postcard that I had gotten from a store, and I thought they were pictures people had taken. And so I could not be unconvinced that this was a real picture.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And because I wanted to take credit for taking such a cool picture, I kept saying I did it because I was like, no, I totally did this. Like, obviously, why would I randomly have someone else's picture that someone else took? And so
Right.
I even, like, to prove stubbornness, put it in my family photo album. As I'm like,
Oh, I love
see,
that.
see, it's in a photo album, therefore it's real.
It's real.
Added legitimacy. All right.
Well, that was awesomely fun. Where did we end the night on charity?
Oh yes, I
Ooh.
was gonna do that before we we ended at $1,012. So
Yay!
yes, another 100 for our charity. Thank you all
Woohoo!
so much for all your donations and coming to watch us have
Yeehaw.
some fun.
Yeah. And again, thank you so much to I know my community, Saves's community, High Shelf Collective's community, who all kind of like, and Frodo Baggypants' community, who all
Hello. It's
who all came in to like help this happen.
Yeah, this was a fun little collaborative event. So
Yes, very much. And thank you, Games End, for your help with the tech support earlier. Much appreciated.
yes, thank you. All right, all. Have a good night.
Alrighty. Are we gonna be able to plug ourselves again?
Yes,
real
go
quick?
right ahead.
Oh, yes, go right ahead.
Go ahead, Maddie.
All right, here's Sting to play us out.
You said so with me?
Yeah, go for it.
Hi, I'm Taylor at Potato on the internet. You can find me over on High Shelf Collective most of the time. We're a fun little group of nerds where we just play all sorts of different games and hang out and chat and all of that good stuff. You can come join us over in our Discord. You can also find me pretty frequently over on the Lost Caravan, which is also a very fun place full of nerds, as well as Apochromatic Unlimited, which is a group of all POC creators within the tabletop space. We stream, we have podcasts, we are working on a zine. We already have issue 0 out, more to come. That is kind of my baby. And as well as wherever you listen to your podcast, you should listen to Bloom and Blight. I'm very proud of it. It's a Girl by Moonlight podcast. I am the GM for it. We have a beautiful crew putting it together. We just got back from hiatus, and it's good and wild. So that's speed run.
Wow,
Yay.
very busy. Awesome.
I tried to do the shout out to High Shelf Collective. I don't think I spelled it correctly. I'm so sorry. If you want to put in your plugs appropriately so people can do the clicky click on links, please.
I think
Yay.
that one's broken.
Go check out Go.
Yeah.
All right. And I guess for me, I am Pengy, secretly 4 penguins and a trench coat. I talk about mental health on Thursdays. I do a mental health break. We talk about ways to improve our mental health. And then on Saturdays, I stream. I stream video games with strangers on the internet that I've known for years. And I would love to get more into tabletop with all of that free time that I totally have as an adult. But yeah, you can definitely just catch me at Pengy1309. I don't really have a Discord. I just kind of troll around other people's Discords until they get sick of me.
Awesome.
And
I just pop in to do like one shots and the occasional stream with these guys every once in a while. So hi.
And as always, you can check out Saves vs. Death. This is a special stream on a Friday, which we don't normally do, but we do have 2 set games that we do play weekly, and that is our Shades of Scarlet campaign every Saturday night at 8 p.m. Mountain or 10 p.m. Eastern, and also have Indie Bandits at 8 p.m. Mountain and 10 Eastern on Sunday as well. So check us out then as well. Have a good night.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Good night, all.
This was fun. Bye.
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 Bye. Well, that was